Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Farah Hanani binti Jansari. My matric number is 254216. I as a leader from Group Degreben. Our system is about e-commerce management system. First, this is our list of requirement. List of requirement has two. One is functional requirement and second non-functional requirement. First is for actor admin. So admin, the requirement is login, monitor the company product and daily report. So this is the function of login, of monitor and daily report. Second is header of company. Company also has login, place a product, receive order, receive payment, and receive the delivery process. So they also have the functional of receive order, login, receive payment, and receive delivery process. Number three is actor of customer. The requirement of customer is login, track parcel status, customer feedback, order the product, payment, and list compare. So this login, track parcel status, customer feedback also have their function. So this is number two is a non-functional requirement in the system. That is reliability issue, security, and response time. So this is a non-functional requirement in e-commerce management system. Two is our use case diagram. This is our use case diagram. We have three actors. First, admin, company, and customer. This all take from a list of requirement. That's monitor product report is by admin. Login, place a product, receive payment, receive delivery process is by company. And customer is login, track parcel status, customer feedback, and order the product. So in activity diagram, we have three. First is admin and system. So this is that this is system works in our system that we create until final. Two is company and system. This also the system can work that uh, by our by our by our diagram. Okay, number three is about four actor. This is customer and our system, company and admin. So the system can work like we create this until the final. So the system can work properly when the system create properly. That's all.
First use case diagram is login. It will describe the relationship between company and login. Company is a person who wants to share their product in the website. Each use case is initiated by the admin. Admin can only log in with their unique ID and password. In the fraud event, each use case will begin when the company log in into the login system. The system will display the login panel. The company will enter their ID and password in the text box, and then the system will verify it. After that, the system will display the main page. In alternative flow, press exit button. After press exit button, the login panel will be closed and it will go out to the main page. The second one is reset ID or password. After sign in, company are allowed to reset their password or ID if they want. In exceptional flow, if their ID or password are wrong, the system will pull out an error message that tells company to reinsert their ID and password until it correct. The rule is every company only allowed to have one account. In contrast, the system will automatically log out when the company did not control a panel more than 30 minutes. The second one is monitor product. It will describe the relationship between admin and monitor product. Admin is the person who developed a system and website for company and user. Admin have more powerful to monitor product. Only admin can log in and monitor a product. In fraud event, admin will integrate into interface of monitor system. The monitor interface will display two systems with its add new and edit interface. The add new interface will allow admin to add new information of product from company. After add information product, admin will categorize the product into a list. In alternative flow, the first one is edit the information, the second one is approve the company. Admin can approve the company when he want to show their company with clicking the process it button. The third one is category the product. In exceptional flow, admin can reject the company when they give the false information of a product. The rule is if the information have any error, it need to be responsible. Admin need to complete all the information of product which need to apply the price, name, functional, and company. The third one is diary report. This will describe the relationship between admin and a report. This use case is initiated by admin. The report will write by customer detail and payment step are done. The detail and payment are automatically recorded in the system. In front of event, admin need to create in the interface of Courier system. The diary report interface will show two types of report, which is order detail and payment detail. In order detail, the interface will show a form like Google Sheet with the tracking number of parcel, sender and receiver number, phone number, address, domestic, international, and is the parcel is on shipping. If the admin click on the payment details, the interface will show the tracking number of parcel, type of shipment, payment type, total amount of payment, weight of parcel, and the transaction number. Then it will have a print button under both report. Admin can click on the button if they want. In alternative flow, admin can print the report as the backup recorded by printer, print out the copy of received by printer, check the correct service payment of customer, and
This is for use case specification. Use case specification have a place a product. The brief description. This use case is started by the company. This use case will allow companies to enter product info and place their product picture in the system, provide and can be displayed to customer to select product in the system. The precondition is company need to key in the information for the product, the characteristics on customer demand. So this is a flow of event, the basic flow. This use case start when the company incorporate herbal product and their description into and press the show button. That means the company must put the picture into the main page and press the show button for customer. This system will display the customer panel on the screen. Customer will choose herbal product and will process to ensure the herbal product are available within the system. This system will display the product available in the customer panel. The customer will cancel the transaction at any time during the transaction because maybe they see another company have a good condition of herbal product. So the alternative flow is not applicable. The exceptional flow is cancellation. If the customer push the cancellation button, the system will display the message transaction cancel and the system will return to the main page. In this have the post condition. The company successfully incorporates herbal product into the system. Herbal product need to be updated and always update. Herbal brand will be updated, and the company must put the affordable price for customer. The rule is not applicable. The contract is company can include various type of herbs for display into the system. Each type of herb should have its own description so customer can make the right choice for buy the herbal product. This is the track parcel status. So this use case is tagged by the customer. This use case will allow the customer to track parcel status in the system. So after they buy, they must have the tracking number. So that is a precondition. And the characteristics of activation is on a customer demand. The basic flow is this use case start when the customer press the OK button after they do the payment method. The system will display the receiving panel on the screen. Tracking number will be given to customer. The customer will enter the tracking number into the system provide and the system will check the number. So the number is not available. The system will update the tracking number and display the process to the customer. The system will update and notify whether it has been processed or not. The alternative flow is not applicable. The exceptional flow is number is not available. That means maybe the company not processed yet. So this system will display the message no number available and not displaying anything. So the post condition, the customer has successfully purchased the product or have do the payment for the product. Customer have made payment on purchased product, have the tracking number. After they buy, they must have a tracking number for track. So the rule is not applicable. The contract customer can choose any herb that they choose. Payment should be made through the system provide. So the payment item will be processed for delivery and the customer will receive the tracking number to check whether the system was processed or not. That's all.
The use case specification for receive order, it's between company and receive order. Brief description, this use case is start by the company. This use case will allow the company to retrieve order in the system. Basic flow for the retrieve order is firstly, this use case starts when the system pop up the company retrieve order notification. After that, customer select the product, the system will put order into the cart. The system will get the shipping information. The system asks again to make a confirmation about order. The system will display the retrieve order successful on main screen. Okay. Next, use case for retrieve payment. It's between company and retrieve payment. Okay. Basic flow for retrieve payment. Firstly, this use case start when the system pop up the customer already do the payment. The customer will accept the receipt and the statement from bank that sent by customer. The company approve the product and the system with tracking number will given to customer. Next, the system will automatically send the customer payment detail and order detail to admin and customer. Lastly, the system will pop up message successful at the screen. Okay. Next, use case for retrieve delivery process. The basic flow. This use case start when the company retrieve delivery process, and then the system will show on main page when retrieve the latest update from parcels. The company will update the temporarily handling person. The company will enter the tracking number into the system provide, and the system will check the number. Company will check the status of parcel provided by the delivery man upon customer request. And finally, the system will update and notify whether it has been processed via email or phone number. Okay, that's all.
Next, I will explain about use case specification for customer. The first use case specification for customer is login. This use case is initiated by the customer, and this use case will enable the customer to log in. To log in, the customer can only log in with their unique ID and password. Characteristic of the activation is used by customer. Next is flow of the events. For the first one is for basic flow. This use case begins when the customer log into the login system, and the system shall display the login panel on the screen, and the customer will key in their ID and their password to the system, and the system will verify the ID and password. Either the password may be wrong, and the system will display the main page. For the alternative flow, after press exit button, the login panel will be closed and it will go out the main page. The customer also can reset the button. They are allowed to change their password and ID if they want. So the password need to be at least 6 characters long. Besides, the password must contain at least one lowercase, one uppercase letter, one digit, and one special character. And for the exceptional flow, ID or password may be wrong. If the ID or password are not matching, the system will pop out a message that displays "Please enter ID or password again, invalid," that tell customer to re-enter their ID or password. Their message will always be shown out until the ID or password is correct. For the post conditioner, the customer want to log in to the main page to see more details. System will display login panel. For the rules, every customer only allowed to have one account. For the constraint, the system will automatically log out when customer didn't control the panel more than 30 minutes. The next use case specification for customer is order product. For the brief description, this use case is also initiated by the customer. This use case will enable the customer to order the product that the company have placed in the website. For the precondition, must the customer have logged in to the website. And for the characteristic of activation is on customer demand. Flow of event. For the first one, basic flow, is this use case begin when the customer press the Add to Chart button under the product. There are no alternative flow or exceptional flow. For the post conditions, the customer managed to buy the product and the stock of the product that have been updated. There are also no the rules on constraint. The next one is list compare. This use case is also initiated by the admin. The use case will enable the customer to compare the same product with different price. As we know, at the admin use case specification, admin will compare and list the price for from the company for the same product. So they will easy the customer to compare the list. The precondition is also that customer must log into the website, and the characteristic of activation that they will have a list of price for the product from different company. Flow of the event is customer need to click into the interface of order product, And the interface will show the list price for the product from different company. The customer can choose which company's price by click on the product interface. There are no alternative flow or exceptional flow. Also, there are no post condition, but they have a rule. The rule is if the information have any error, the customer can make a report to admin, and there are no applicable for constraint. The next one is about payment, customer payment. Same as before this, because this is use case specification, so the brief description, precondition, and characteristic is same. So we just jump to the flow of event. The flow of event is this use case start when the customer click at the payment button, and the system will show the interface for the type of payment method. Customer need to choose which payment method to use and fill in the space bar for their information and click at the confirmation button and pop up a message after the payment was successful. And there are no alternative flow, additional for post condition and rule, but they have a constraint. The constraint is company will be cashier for the product, whether cash or credit. Company will receive the payment from customer before the payment have approval by the company. And the next is trade parcel status. This use case precondition characteristic is just same as before. So we just jump to the flow of event. The flow of event is this use case is also start by the customer. By press the OK button, the system will display the receiving panel on the screen. Tracking number will be given to customer, of course by the company. And the customer will enter the tracking number into system provide, and the system will check the number. And the customer can check where the process have been for this tracking system. There are no alternative flow, but they have an exceptional for yes, number is not available. The first one is this system will display the message, no number available, and no display anything. Post condition, the customer has successfully purchased the product, customer have made payment and have tracking number, and there are no rules, but they have a constraint. The constraint is customer can choose any hub that they choose. Payment should be made through the system provide. Upon completion of payment, all items will be processed for delivery and the customer will receive the tracking number to check whether or not the item is up to date. For the last is customer feedback. For customer feedback, this use case also is initiated by customer, and this use case will enable the customer to give feedback for the product they have buy from the company. The precondition and character of activation is same. So we jump to the basic flow. The flow is this use case begin when the customer press the feedback button under the product place. So the feedback space should display on the screen, and next the customer will give the feedback and press the same button. The feedback will display in the feedback space, while the system will also automatically send the report to admin. After the feedback have been sent, the system will pop up the interface which asks the customer to give rating for the product. The system will update the rating and display under the product rating space. For the alternative flow, the feedback space shall display on the screen after the customer press the feedback button under the product place. The customer will give the feedback and press the send button. And for the rating after the feedback has been sent, the system will pop up a rating interface which consists 5 stars. The customer will require to make a rating based on which star. There are no additional flow. So for the post condition, the system update the feedback at feedback space and the system update the customer rating. So that's all for use case specification for e-commerce. Thank you.